Hello, welcome to another video. So it's been a long time since I shared a video, but I wanted to share this one. I'm doing this thing called Granting Wishes. A couple of websites, or a couple of YouTubers started offering on their page where you could comment with your 3 wishes, and then someone else could grant those 3 wishes. Now, I've done one already, and I sent it off, and she got it, and she really liked it, and so I really enjoyed it, and I really wanted to do another one. And I chose wishes that were things that I could make. So the first one, she wanted bag toppers and bags, and those were things that I could very easily make. So I made her a bunch and sent it off. This one, she wants bows. And she wanted them in pink, gold, teal, and mint. And so I made those ones, and then I also made some pattern ones. And I thought I would share it with you and also use this as a video for her on how to put them together once she receives them. But first I wanted to share with you what I'm sending off. So I cut all of these bows from my Cricut, and I think they were either bows that were all in the Cricut design studio already, or they were ones that I purchased that came in other things that I purchased of SVG files. Anyways, this one here was one that was already in there, and I just cut it in 2 different sizes. It's not my favorite bow, but just because I don't like it doesn't mean other people wouldn't like it. So I did include those. And this is, I want to say that this is a die cuts with a VU paper pad. And so I cut these bows from, I think, 4 or 5 different sheets of them. And what's great about them is that they're reversible. So I put together 3 of the bows, and then on the back, I included a bunch that she could put together herself. So we've got that one, and then we've got this one. This is the bow that's my favorite. So I turned it into, I put a bigger one, and then I put a smaller one, and I made it a double bow as well. So I like that a lot. And then this one here is like a longer bow. I really liked that one too. And then what I've done is I put together 4 of them, and then included a bunch of them on the back for her to put together herself. Let's see. Then I've got this set. And again, so each set of these ones, each set is a different page. So like this was one page and it's reversible. So this was one side, this is the other side. And then this is another page, this is one side, and then this here is another side. Okay, let's do, this one is another page from the same collection. And again, there's more on the back. And then this is another page from the same collection, and there's more on the back. And this is another page from the same collection, and there's more on the back. Then here are the white. She wanted white, gold, teal, and mint, or white, gold, pink, and teal and mint. So here's the pink ones. I cut a bunch of the pink ones. You can see how thick that is. And the pink ones, in all the rest of these, all of the bows, all of the different bows are together. And the pink ones, I separated them by style. So like this one, or this one here is in a separate bag. And then this one is in a separate bag, and all the different pieces. I'll show you those in a minute. And then here's the gold ones, and they're all in a bag too. There's a bunch to make those. And then here's the white ones, and I couldn't do just white. I didn't want to do just plain white, so I did white with it's kind of a pearlized paper. And I really like the Tiffany type collection where it's this blue and the white, so I packaged those on the blue paper. It's kind of pretty. All right, then I have 2 more collections. Now these ones I did first. This whole collection I did first, and I didn't like bagging them all individually, so I decided that I was going to bag them all together. So then I did this. This is another collection. This is a Prima collection, I believe, that I got from Hobby Lobby. I think it's called Lavender something. I don't remember what it's called. Anyways, it's one of my favorites. It's very pretty. And then that's what it looks like. And it has all the different bows. So a single, and then here's a double, and then here's the fatter bow. Here's the fatter bow, and then here's the longer bow. And then you got all the different bows. And then on some of them, I stuck some bling just to show her that she could decorate them up however she wanted. And then on the back is all the different collections. I'm going to go ahead and sort these out by bow size so that when I send it to her, they will be in little glassine bags separated like they should. And then here is the last collection. This one is, I believe it's a Die Cuts with a View too, but I'm not 100% sure. It might be a Michaels, or not, a Martha Stewart collection from Michaels. I'm not sure. But anyways, I really liked it. It was different than all the rest, so I went with it. And again, there's a bunch on the back to do it. And I think this is 3 or 4 different pages as well. Okay, so then I'm going to show you how I did it so that you can see how to make it yourself. So here we have, this is the blue, teal, and mint collections, and they're individually packaged already. So when you get them, this is what they're going to come like. So what you're going to do is take out your bow pieces, and you're going to have, in this one, I've got my large bows, and I've got the backgrounds. So for this, you can do a number of things. You can do separate colors, or you can mix and match the colors, or you can do them all one color, or you can mix and match them however you like, really. But we're gonna make a couple of them just so that you can see. So I've got one of each piece of this one. Okay, and then in this bag here, we've got the smaller ones to make the double bows. So for this one, I'm going to make a multicolored bow. So I'm going to go ahead and use this color and this color. I'm just picking these 2 pieces that are different. One's a little bit bigger than the other one, so I'm going to pick those so I can make a double bow. And then I think I will use this one as my background. Okay. You can also make single ones out of this if you want to. Again, you can get creative and do it however you want. That's how I did all the bows on there. Okay. And then here we've got the longer bows. I do not have the fat bows in the solid colors. I don't know why I didn't cut them. I just wasn't thinking, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and do... let's do a big one in this color. I'm going to do a double of the same color. So I'm going to get that one, and then I need that. And then let's do a single in this blue color of the little one. Okay. And then we'll put these back in there so that she can create her own. I'm making 4 of them to put together, and then I'm giving her the rest so that she can put them together how she wants. With these solid colored ones, it'd be really fun to ink up the edges. Or die cut or emboss on them. I mean, you could get really creative. They don't want to fit back in here. You could get really creative with how you decorate these. You could foil on them if you wanted to. Okay, there we go. Then we're just gonna stick these all back in there and fold it down. Okay, and then you have one more bag, and this bag are all the centers, and you don't have to use the centers if you don't want to. You can very easily use you could use bling, you could use anything really, whatever you'd like to put for center. A flower would be pretty. Okay, so to start off, I like to take all my bow pieces and I curve them. I just run my bone folder along the inside the way that they're going to curve. And I do that with all of the center pieces. Or all of the bow pieces, sorry, not the center pieces. There we go. Set that one aside. And then this one here. And then I take my bottom piece and I just lightly curl up the edges of just this rounder one. I don't do it with the square ones because, or the long ones, because I like the way that they lay flatter. Okay, so then we're going to start off with our hot glue. And you're going to take your pieces that you've got to go together. You're going to put a little dab in the center. And then I like to bring my center, sorry, my dogs are playing. And then I just hold it in the center. Okay. And then you're going to have some overspill of the hot glue, and that's okay. We're going to fix that in a minute. So then you take your center piece, or the piece that you made, with your bottom piece, and you're just going to put some hot glue there. And you don't have to use hot glue if you don't want to. You can use liquid glue. I don't know that adhesive, like tape adhesive, would work very well, but you could try it. I just like hot glue because it dries so it's done so quickly and I'm impatient. Alright, so there's that one ready to go. Then we're going to take this long one here. I'm going to put some glue in the center. Bring those together. Ouch. Burn myself a little bit. Okay. Then take the smaller one and do the same thing. A little bit of glue there. And then I'm just pinching it together. Careful if you're doing this with hot glue. It does get hot and it does get stringy, but I'm going to show you a tip to take away the strings in a second. Okay, so then I put glue on the bottom piece and stuck the bigger piece down, and then I'm putting glue on the bigger piece, and then I'm sticking the tiny piece on there, and then I'm just gonna hold it, and you can see here that we have a lovely double bow. Okay, now let's make just a single one. We're gonna put glue here. This is our little bow. And you're going to make this in very much the same way. And you can see how quickly these come together. I made a whole bunch, I die cut a bunch of them together. And then I just put on a movie and sat down and put them all together. It goes quite quickly. So there's our single one. Okay, now we're going to do another double. We're going to do a little double. So again, I'm going to put a little glue there. And stick that there. Okay, then I'm going to put a little glue in the center of this one and stick that down. Okay, and I took out the wrong bottom. Ugh, I hate that part. That is the worst part about working with the glue, is all the stickies. So I gotta get a bigger bottom. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's put this one on here. This is designed to fit on there. That looks good. So we'll make our big one a double and our little one will be a single. There we have another really pretty double bow in multicolors. Okay. Then we're going to stick this guy right down to here. we go. Okay. All right. So now we have 4 bows made. Ugh. Okay. Now we open up this piece here, and these are all of our center pieces. And now again, like I said, you can get creative and you don't have to use the center pieces that I included. You can use you could use ribbon, you can use flowers, you could use, I mean, the possibilities really are endless. You could use some bling. I like that one. Okay. So I've got all my centers ready. I'm just going to put these back so I don't lose any. And if you wanted to do like a gold strip, you could grab from the gold package and do a gold piece. And same for if you're on the gold bows and you wanted to have a colored strip, you could grab from the colored pieces. Oops, I put this one away. Well, that's stupid. Okay, so to start off, what we're going to do is I like to give these a little bit of a curl as well. Just like I curled the bows, I just kind of give them a little bit because I feel like it makes it look a little prettier. Makes it look a little bit poofier when you put it on. Okay, then I take the bow and I put it over the front, and then I kind of just pinch it with my fingers and take a little bit of the hot glue, and then I push the backs into it and kind of hold it. I try to be careful because you will burn yourself. There we go. And then I pinch it on the sides to kind of help that pop back up, and it looks quite pretty. If you have leftover glue pieces, I'm going to show you how to fix those in a second. Okay, we're going to take this one here, and I really like the look of the double bow. It's super pretty. Again, put the glue, pinch the centerpiece around the bow, and then I just put a little glue in the back and hold the backing into it, and then when I'm done, I pinch it around the center again so that it kind of pops up a little bit again. There we go. And the last one. Again, wrapped it around the center. And okay. And there we go. Now, pinch the side again, and there we are. Now for this one here, I sort of put that away, so let's grab it back out. I don't know which color I want to do. That'll work. I forgot to curl it. We gotta curl it up, then wrap it around like so. Pinch it again on the side. Again, the smaller ones are a little bit harder to do. Just takes a little bit of patience. And then we pinch it like that, and there we go. Okay, so now we have those all done. Now you could glue on some bling if you wanted to, or whatever you wanted to do. Make them pretty. Okay, now we're going to put them together. So I've got here a piece of white paper, and I am using, we're going to package this up real quick because I want to give you another tip on the packaging. So I've got one of my card bases here, And I chose to do white because, again, like I told you earlier, I really like the blue look with the white. So I'm going to use a white background on this one. And I'm just going to cut a little off the top. And then I'm going to plan them out how I like how they look on here. I'm quite happy with that. Then I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm going to put a dab, just a little dab, a little tiny bit, just enough to hold it. And then I'm going to give it a second. I want it to cool off just a little bit. And then I'm going to push it onto the paper. Now, this is not my original idea. This is something that I saw Tamika from Scrap the World do. Again, I'm going to let it cool and then stick it. This is going to help it stick to the paper, but if you let it cool a little bit before you stick it down, it's also going to be really easy to remove. Okay, and then the last one, just stick it down. It helps it stay put on the paper, but then also allows you to remove it. The person you're sending it to, will be able to very easily take it off. Okay, and another thing to keep in mind is when you are making these and you're packaging them in the bag, you do not want to cut your background piece to be the exact size of the bag, because these are, if you're going to make some of these to package up, these are very dimensional. And so you need the extra space in the bag, and also because I'm putting the background or the extra pieces in the back. So then I'm going to take these extra these bags here of all of the other pieces, and I'm going to just place them in the bag like so. Then I'm going to pull up the backing, and I'm making sure to put this on the bottom so that she can open it without having to remove the heading, and then she could reuse the bag too. So there we go. That's quite pretty, I think. I don't know if I'm going to put a header on this one or not, because it is so dimensional. It will be a little bit harder to put a header on. But there we have all of our, I'll just bring these back. So we've got all of our bows, gold, white, pinks, and blues. We've got all of those to send to her. And then on top of that, I've got all of the patterns that I made. I hope that this is enough. I hope this will give her a good collection of them. I'm quite happy with how they turned out, and I hope that she enjoys them. Anyways, there we go. I will see you all again soon for another video. Watch for my next video, because I'm going to be posting a swap that I would like to do. Alright, bye-bye now.